Alright guys, we're back with another one, and this is a video comparison between the LG V20 versus the LG V10. So the transition of power between the LG V10 to the LG V20, which phone is actually better? Let's take a look at the V10. You got this rubberized back. You have the volume keys on the back with the power key, dual LED flash, laser autofocusing, and an awesome 16 megapixel camera. You have micro USB charging, you have a speaker, you have the 3.5 millimeter jack where you plug in your headphones. You have a Hi-Fi DAC that just makes everything sound crystal clear. And the LG V20. Nice aluminum build with a removable back. Still kept a removable back so you can remove that battery. You can add in your extra storage, and by a click of a button, this back covers comes off. This is really nice. V20 logo at the bottom, and you also have your fingerprint scanner and your two cameras, a 16 megapixel and a 8 megapixel camera, dual LED flash with the laser autofocusing. And we're going to take a look at the pictures later. So let's take a look at these two screens. Both of these phones are rocking Quad HD displays, 5.7 inches apiece, and you have your ticker display at the top. Now they say that the ticker display on the V20 will be brighter than the V10, have a little bit more nits. I haven't really noticed that, but they both look good. They both added me that extra layer so I can be able to take my shortcuts and, you know, do a little bit of multitasking. So I really like that. The screens are really punchy. The nits could have been a little higher on both phones, but I think the V20 might have a little bit of a nudge in the nits on the screens. But I say with both of these screens, I pretty much give it a wash. If anything, I might just give a little bit of a nudge to the V20 for being able to get a little bit more bright. Fast charging, so they charge up very fast. So if you want to go to the bathroom, take a quick shower, a shave, come out, get yourself dressed up, you should find your phone at around 80% charged up from 0. That's not bad. So the charging on both of these phones are pretty good, but I think the V20 is just a nudge bit faster in charging back up. Now in battery life, just to get it out the way, I did 2 battery life reviews, but I think and know definitely that the V20, I gotta give the nudge when it comes to battery life. Plug it in your headphones to any one of these phones compared to other phones, you're gonna get some awesome sound. Why? Because both of these phones have a Hi-Fi DAC. The V20 have a Quad DAC and the Hi-Fi DAC in the V10. I haven't really heard the difference, but if there's anything that I can say, you won't go wrong with any one of these phones when it comes to using your headphones or using even the basic of headphones. You're gonna get some awesome sound coming from these phones. Both of these phones have some superior microphones. You're gonna get those stereo microphones. You're gonna get that left and right channel type of feel, and it's gonna come through when you're rewatching that video and you're listening to the sound. You're gonna capture some pretty good sound. But with the microphones, I've had figured out there's a difference. The microphones on the V20 are slightly improved than the V10. Now, which one is really better? The V10 got its good points when it comes to the microphones in picking up the audio, but I think the V20 might be a little bit more smooth out than the V10. So you're definitely going to get an improvement when it comes to the microphones between both these phones. Now that takes us into the durability. The durability of the LG V10 is incredible. This phone ain't gonna break, ain't gonna smash. It is a very durable phone, so you don't have to worry about if you drop the phone, if you slam the phone. You don't have to worry because it is that military grade drop protection you're gonna get with this V10. Guaranteed not to smash. But when it comes to the V20, it's a little scary dropping this phone because the back always drops off. So it sounds like a big time crash. It sounds like there's big time damage because the back came off. But the LG V20 is a strong phone. But with the back coming off every time you slam it, kind of takes away that effect of being that strong compared to the V10. But look at the screen. Nothing wrong. The LG V20 is just as strong as the V10, but this back plate always seems to come off. Now this takes us to the fingerprint scanners. And I would say the fingerprint scanners, let's take a look. On the fingerprint scanner on the LG V20, all you gotta do is lay your finger right on it and bang, you're in. With the LG V10, you actually have to press the button and lay your finger there for like a second for it to click in. Now with the LG V20, we have a speaker housing right here at the bottom, and this speaker sounds pretty impressive, I must say. So let's go into the sound of both of these phones when it comes to the speakers that's located at the bottom. Let's see how well they sound. Let's take a listen to the V10 first. Take a listen. Still sounds crisp, still sounds sharp, but a little bland. Muffle it out. Definitely a pretty louder speaker on the V20 than the V10. You can hear it right here. Pretty sharp, pretty loud, and clear. Now this takes us into the cameras. The LG V10 has two 5 megapixel cameras in the front. One is a regular 5 megapixel camera, and the other giving you that wide angle shot. So you can get all your friends in focus and you can take that selfie. This is pretty good. Now I've gotten used to it. I've been using both cameras in the front and I've been very impressed with the pictures I've been getting. So let's take a look at the shots that we've been getting with these front facing cameras. This one 5 megapixel camera is also giving you a regular shot plus a wide angle shot as well. And this is awesome. So let's take a look at some of those pictures from the V20 with this front facing camera. So pretty good shots from both of these phones, but if I have to say there's one 5 megapixel camera that's better, I gotta give it to the LG V10 because it's two separate cameras. I think it performs a little bit better. Now when it comes to the rear camera of both of these phones, with the LG V20 you have a 8 megapixel and a 16 megapixel, but the option of having the two cameras in the back is awesome. The wide angle camera you're gonna really get used to in using, even though it's not as sharp as a 16 megapixel, it holds its own. So let's take a look at some shots from the LG V20 with both of these cameras. So we took a look at the V20 shots. With the LG V10, you only have one 16 megapixel camera, and you don't have that option to have those wide angle shots. But let's take a look at the LG V10 shots that I've been taking throughout the 1 year that I've had this phone. This is hot. So when it comes to looking at both pictures between both of these phones, you can see that you're not losing any quality by having both of these phones. But just by having two cameras in the back has automatically gave the V20 the nudge. The V20 with the 16 megapixel camera alone may outperform in the tad bit the V10, and then having an extra camera just adds to it. So when it comes to the camera, you're going to get a definite improvement with the LG V20. Now, in checking out everything that we've been checking out between both the V10 and the V20, the V10 has been the bionic phone for me. This phone has survived various slams. This phone has survived being thrown off a roof and coming back to life. This is the strongest phone on the planet right now. But we need to do a transfer of power. Which phone are we going to transfer the power to? There could only be one phone we can transfer the bionic power to, and that is the LG V20. The LG V20 has hung with the LG V10 and has also outperformed the LG V10 in various tasks. So the transfer of power of the bionic power has to go to the LG V20. This is a very powerful phone, and the LG V20 has won the battle between the V10. This is an awesome phone, and it's definitely worth the upgrade. It's a strong phone. So pretty much with that, the transfer of power has been given to the LG V20.